What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to open up a figure that I've been wanting to open for quite some time, and it's from an anime that surprisingly was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like before I started watching it, like it was just something that I've like just finished, like Bleach, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to watch. I wanted to watch something small since Bleach was like 330 episodes, and I just stumbled across Doctor Stone, and I was like, you know what, I want to watch it. And surprisingly, like I said, it was really good. It wasn't much fighting, but it did have a lot of knowledge and stuff that I didn't think about science could do, even though I knew science could do a lot of stuff. And I just loved all the characters. Senku was the first one that you kind of like were shown, and then his friends, I forget their names, but they were able to show up, and I just enjoyed them. And then when they started bringing out kind of like the someone that his ideas or ideals were they weren't good for the whole crew and everything like that. Even though he was so strong, but everything that he like stood for and everything like that kind of wasn't what Cinco wanted to do. Cinco wanted to save everybody, but this person, Tsukasa, who I'm about to open, just wanted to save the ones that or the kids and then the ones that aren't greedy. But I do want to get all of them. Like I said, I did open up a Senku, but it's from Pop Up Parade. There is another one that I need to get, and then I do got Kohaku, and she's one of the ones that I missed out on her, but I was able to get on pre-owned. But I do want to get Tsukasa just going first, like, and then I'll open up the other one. But he is a 1/9 scale, so surprisingly, like it's not that big. I mean, obviously from the scale, but he still looks huge. I know he was a big character from in the show, but I didn't think it was going to be this big for a 1/9. So I want to see how different it is from like a 1/8 scale. So I mean, that's how he looks right here. It's pretty awesome too to see. I think the bad thing that is about this figure is his face, and I've seen pictures for it, but I haven't seen anyone open them. So I do want to see how his face looks compared to Senku from the Pop Up Parade, because it's this one's a lot cheaper than what this one was. But I still want to open him up because I mean, like I said, Doctor Stone was one of my favorite shows that was pretty new, and it kind of got me excited for the next season when it comes up. So I do want to open him up, and I don't know much about this company. It's Funny Nights. I think this one's the first figure that I was able to get from them. So if you guys have any knowledge on this one, I guess we're about to find out. So, but yeah, this one is for the first time that I've gotten from this company. So hopefully, that's other than the face, everything else looks fantastic. So first impressions of him, he is huge. This is a 1/9 scale. So like I said, this one's a lot bigger. I think the bad thing is like this stuff doesn't hold on very well. It like feels loose. Even though you like squeeze it in there, it feels like it can easily come out. So I think that's kind of a drawback from this figure. It just feels like you could easily take these apart, and I really don't like that whatsoever, because just let's say you just kind of trying to move stuff around and you're not really thinking about it, and he just kind of falls apart. So that's one of the things that I don't like, and I'm very scared to move him. But other than that, like I said, his face looks a little bit better than what I thought it was going to. Um, but you know, it's just kind of difficult when you just look at it pictures instead of seeing it in person. So I still think he looks pretty cool. Like I said, especially from him being in the show, kind of a big important character, and if you guys have seen the show, just kind of how the ending goes, I think it's pretty cool that they're able to get this figure right here. And then this has the base, which I think it's probably one of the coolest things out there. And it just has like him with rocks, you know, because that's a part of the show. That's basically they're living in a prehistoric timeline when not a lot of people or stuff are there. And then these like stone body parts. So like it has like 2 arms and then 2 legs. So like this, if you guys seen the show, is when they're turned to stone, and then there's only a few people alive, and then Senku was able to do his science stuff and bring them back. But yeah, this one is pretty cool. I really do enjoy it. And then they also do have this spear right here, which is pretty neat. The top part is pretty sharp, so if you guys do want to get it, just be careful. It is sharper than what I thought, because most of this stuff isn't that big. So I do enjoy it. I think it's pretty easy to put on. It tells you exactly where to go. And like I said, see, I picked it up and it's just very easy to take out. So you can actually take out the head and you can just take out everything else. So if you don't want this and you think it's like kind of too big, you can just take them out, and then it just looks just how he does. So either way, I think you can go both ways. I think this does have some pretty cool stuff to it, but it doesn't stay on very well. So yeah, you're able to do this. Like I said, it's pretty easy to take off. You can take off everything on here. So except you can't take off the legs. This one's pretty much stuck. I've tried, but you can't take it out. So everything else is pretty cool. Like, you can just take out, and I'm just trying to squeeze it in very tight because I might be not squeezing it in as well as it should. Okay, so yeah, you're just able to put these in relatively easy. You do have to squeeze very hard, and see, they're not able to do it. See, you're trying very hard to do it. There you go. So yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, he's able just to stand on that, and he does look huge. He's 1/9, so it's very surprising that he's that big. I've never had a 1/9 scale. I guess they openly say it, but this is pretty cool. And just like I said, I love the hair just kind of flowing. And surprisingly, you can take off his hair, the front part, but I'm not going to. And like I said, this, if you want to keep it on there, you can just stay on there and just stick his head in on. Yep. Like I said, it's kind of hard to put it in there. You just have to squeeze, and then there he is. So like I said, it's up to y'all to decide what you guys want to be able to do. So I do like him as a character. His face is not that bad, surprisingly. So I do want to get like closer looks on him because he does look fantastic. And I really want to open up all these this other character that I have. Is Kohaku. I think she was released in like September of 2021, and I wasn't able to get her until she was pre-owned to Ami. So I like them. And I do want to put everyone else together. And I'm hoping they make more because season 3 comes out pretty soon. I think it's either this year or early next year. So he does look fantastic. And then you can actually put on his spear. I don't know which one it goes. I'm assuming it's its right one. Because yeah, his hand is a lot bigger. So you just go underneath. Like I said, you can't be afraid to break some of this stuff because a lot of it's hard to put in. So okay. So there you go. His spear is pretty cool. How he has it on there. You just have to put it in a little bit deeper. I think it wants you to grip these right here. So yeah, he looks fantastic. Looking at his face, like I said, it does look pretty bad. It doesn't look like how he did in the show. I know it's hard to do so, but this looks like his face is just emotionless. There's just like nothing to do with his face. The cracks on it does look pretty cool, but like I said, the face I think is something that if you guys were thinking about getting might just kind of pull me away from, which is disappointing because this is such a great figure. Overall, just kind of with all the designs and just details that they have. But I understand if you guys don't want to get it because his face just isn't as good as what I thought it was going to. I love the details with like the tiger design just of this coat, what he's wearing. It does have some paws right here. So it does have some paws right here, as you guys can see. It does actually have some like texture to it. Not too bad, but it does have some texture. And the tiger claws are pretty sharp too. Not as sharp as the spear that he has, but it's still it still feels pretty sharp. So I do love that they're able to do this right here. So like it makes it feel like an actual coat and everything from them. So that is pretty awesome. His hair is pretty neat to where it does the brown does feel like a good shading for him. I do like that they're able to kind of put these in a little ponytail right here, just like 5 of them. So that one is pretty neat. The shading, like I said, it's like dark in the middle, a little lighter on the top. So I think they're able to do that very well with him. The yellow with this, I do want to leave this on him because it does go well with him, just a figure overall. I don't remember in the show if he had that on him. He might have had it for a little bit, but for the most part, you really don't see him as often after the first few episodes. So he might have had it for just a short period of time, but I still think I do want to leave it on there. One of the things I really do like about the details right here is that they have these right here. They have like these 2 fangs. So he did fight an animal. I'm pretty sure it was a tiger in the beginning of the show. So when Senku needed to have someone to fight from, they saw Tsukasa and they brought him back, and he was able to kill that tiger. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I don't remember that detail from the show, but he did have the moment where he did kill the tiger. So I think this is where this coat and all those fangs were from the beginning. So I think that's a pretty neat detail that they have with him. So like he did do some pretty cool stuff with it. One of the things that, like I said, I did like was about his spear right here. You guys can see some kind of designs right here and like the sharper edges on the side. Trust me, it is pretty sharp doing it. So don't try to like play with this and stuff like that. So, but I do love this right here that he's able to have it with him because of this day and age. He's the one that uses this the most, and he did some pretty cool stuff. So like I said, this is pretty sharp, and it's something that you wouldn't really want to play with. So, but I do love that they're able to bring that to him. And then I'm just pretty, like I said, you're just able to just stick it in here. You want to go in deep so it can stick. So like it's harder to take out. So I do like that it's kind of pretty soft on there too as well. So I love this. I love that little detail about him that they bring his spear with him. Another detail that I do like is the rocks and everything with his base, because like I showed before, it does have a special meaning of kind of why those things are around him. It is pretty awesome that they're able to do that too. And I love that the shading is, it looks like, if you guys think about it, it looks a little bit like Cocoa Pebbles with kind of like the brown, little lightish brown stuff when you put in milk. So sorry, that just kind of came to me. But yeah, this looks awesome. I love that they're able to show kind of like a statue break around the arms and the legs. So that is something that I think they did a good detail on. And like I said, I really do love that the base looks like that. So another thing is you guys can see those calves, man. It feels like they're a lot bigger than what they should be. But yeah, see, even his left one looks ginormous just right here. They did a really good detail. I know he's like a wrestler for like when he was in high school, and he was like the strongest kid in wrestling. But yeah, they didn't have to do that man's legs like that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this was something that, a little small detail that I enjoyed. For this being a 1/9 scale, I think the price was worth it, and it came around at like $100 after $130 after shipping. So I think it was well worth it, especially if you like Dr. Stone, if you like the character of Tsukasa, which he did a whole 180 for me at the end of the show. And kind of why he was doing it, don't get me wrong, I don't like his choices of what he was doing in the beginning, but just kind of the reasoning why he was trying to do so many things. But he did kind of pull out the end, somebody that I was cheering for, and I'm hoping they're able to bring him back for later seasons. But yeah, overall, this figure, I think if you guys kind of don't put much traction on the face, I know it's one of the things that I look for, but I think when you put him next to other Dr. Stone characters, he's going to look fantastic. He's going to look good, and he's not going to be kind of bad when you look at it. So he does look great, and I'm ready to open up Kohaku and get another Doctor Stone figure as hopefully as quickly as they release the third season. Thank you guys for watching my Tsukasa from Doctor Stone unboxing. He was one of the characters that I did enjoy at the end of the show, even though there's a lot of just great characters in there. So I think there might be more that's going to pass him, especially after this past season. So thank you guys for watching. I will have my March haul pretty soon. Everything else just got shipped. I think it should be in by Thursday, but I'm not quite sure. So if it's not in by Thursday, it should be everything in by Monday. So I have a lot of cool stuff. A lot of stuff did get delayed, which sucks. So it's just gonna be in the near future. So like for like June, I think everything got delayed. So I might have a lot more stuff in June than when I thought I was going to have, but that's okay. But yeah, still have a lot of neat stuff for my March haul, and hopefully you guys enjoy. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time.